Hi, this is Kat at inkingpaperwithkat.com. Welcome to my craft room. Today we are doing part 2 of the gift card and gift tag box set. Yesterday we made this box for our gift cards and gift tags to go in, and today we will be making the gift cards. So for this set, this is what the gift card looked like. Pretty simple. This one I did two different backgrounds. I did the Early Espresso and the Whisper White. Today we are going to use Very Vanilla. So let's get started. Let's look at some supplies. Now I've pre-cut a lot of this. We'll go through actually making two of them. But I figured you probably didn't want to sit and watch me make 6. So what you actually need is you need a piece of Very Vanilla that is about 4 1/4 by 11 and a piece of cherry cobbler 4 1/4 by 11. You need 6 gift cards. They are 3 by 3 gift cards, so you need 6 pieces of paper that are 3 by 6, scored on the long side at 3, so that you have 3 by 3 gift cards. And I have those, the 2 that we're going to make here. You also need 6 pieces of DSP that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. These are the 2 that we're going to make. You need 6 3 by 3 envelopes, and Stampin' Up! Does have these in the annual catalog, so you can get them. If you don't have them and can't get them, then by all means you can make them with your envelope punch board. You need scraps of Very Vanilla and cherry cobbler to create this border, and I'll show you how to cut one of those. We're going to use some rhinestones for in the middle of our bows, and you need some scraps of Whisper White for your bows. Now I will show you how to stamp the bows, but I've already stamped them ahead. So let's get started with the instructions. And the first thing we are going to do is some die cutting. So for that, we are going to use the Frosted Bouquet dies, and in that die set there are 2 label frames. A large one and then a smaller one, and one will fit inside the other, and you can make a really skinny, like 1/16 of an inch wide frame, or you can use them separately to create 2 frames. So let's get our big shot up here. And you need your magnetic platform, a cutting plate, and I'm going to actually trim off this paper. We don't need to have all of that. I just wanted to show you the size I started with. And the white, or Very Vanilla in this case, piece is going to have the little tiny frame. And the cherry cobbler is going to have the larger frame. Top plate. And run those through. Now do be careful you don't lose, especially that little tiny framelit. It goes missing quite easily, I have found. Alright, so I'm going to put those away. And now we're going to do some stamping. I am going to use the Stamparatus. And first thing I'm going to stamp is the greeting. So I just put this little piece in right there at the top. My stamp is already loaded. And that's what's nice, is that if you use one of these stamping devices, you can do multiple stamps, one after the other, and not have to worry about lining it up every time. Now, the one thing I have found with using the Stamparatus is that the ink spots are much easier to work with than the full-sized stamp pads. And I know that you can get empty ink spots and ink them in any color you want. But I found with the full-size ones, I just get ink everywhere. Alright, so that is that stamp. Now, while we're here, I also want to stamp this little bow, and that is a 2-stage stamp, and it is from Candy Cane Season. So I'm going to remove that one, and it is a photopolymer, so you do need to put the foam pad in if you have one of the stamping apparatuses that require the foam. Make sure you put it in. And I have these lined up as well. And what I'm going to do is put in a piece of Whisper White, and I am going to stamp the full colored one, the background one if you will, in Real Red. Then I'm going to take this plate out, replace it with the other plate that has the outline. And the outline I'm going to ink in Cherry Cobbler. Now you could do this and color it with blends, but for this type of a project, I don't have the time to be doing blends on all of these little bows. So that's all there is to it with that. So we'll put that aside and we'll start assembling this, and I'll show you how these go together. So you have the Cherry Cobbler and the Very Vanilla, and this we adhere with Fast Fuse or liquid glue, and it is a very small little border. So take your time and line it up. We're going to put the DSP onto our cardstock. Again, Fast Fuse, nail, liquid glue, whatever you prefer using. And again, this is a project that if I were making quite a, oh, I just put that on the glue on the wrong side. Can you believe that? Well, let's just quickly cut another piece. I'm having a day. I've been fighting a cold, and these are videos that I meant to get done earlier and just didn't feel up to it, so now that I'm doing it, I'm kind of rushing a little. I need to slow down, think about what I'm doing. But it's only paper. All right. These also get adhered with fast fuse. And you could put them in the center. I put them a little towards the bottom because I want my bow at the top. Alright, now we're going to take our bows and we are actually going to use the, I didn't label this, I think it's called the Candy Cane Builder Punch, something like that. And let's just cut this. You just slide your bow in and line it up and punch. And there's the other one that I already had done. And those we are going to adhere with some mini dimensionals. Now, using the mini dimensionals does add a little bit of bulk to this project. So if you don't want that, then just use a glue dot. And then our final touch is we are going to use a rhinestone, and on Monday's video I showed you how to color these if you didn't know how already with blends, just so you can match it up. And if you don't have blends or alcohol markers, the plain clear rhinestones will work great. It's just to give a little bit of shine. Alright, I'm going to fold them, burnish a little bit, and you could have burnished before, but I didn't. So, we have those, and the 4 I had already done, plus our 6 envelopes. We're going to put them in our container, and obviously the gift cards go in the larger of the 2 boxes, and we're going to slide that in. So that's part 2 of our gift card and gift tag box. We will do part 3 on Friday. I look forward to seeing you then.